Welcome back to Mac Dogs Football, and it's the day after Arsenal's quarterfinal defeat against Southampton in the FA Cup, and the reactions have been crazy. To be very honest with you, I sort of expected a lot of the fans to be angry about it, to be frustrated about it. I was a bit pissed off in my video as well. I said that the performance was not there. It was a really terrible performance from Arsenal, and they should be criticized about the performance, but they should be criticized about the performance on the night. The reactions are what I'm seeing from my fellow Arsenal fans. Like, it is utter stupidity to see what's been posted, and the way these people are reacting, like as if it's the end of the day. Now, at the start of the season, if you would have asked any Arsenal fan what's the one thing that you want to win, they would have said the Premier League. That is basically the holy grail that every Arsenal fan wanted to win. We have waited for almost 23 years now, as I said in my last video as well, that I have not seen my club win the Premier League trophy. So that's how big it is, and the way that we have we have suffered over the last 3 years, coming second consecutively for 3 years. This was the year everybody wanted to win the Premier League. That was the goal. And as the season progressed, we were really good. We were amazing in the Champions League. We were winning in the Carabao Cup, winning in the FA Cup. So this talk of winning the quadruple or winning the treble and whatnot, it all started after the New Year's. This as in mid-January. That's when the talk started to come up, because we were doing very well in all the competitions. But we need to realize, it's mostly not from Arsenal fans. Of course, I would have loved to win the quadruple. I'm not going to sit here and deny that. But the fact of the matter is, if you ask majority of the Arsenal fans, the main thing was to win the Premier League. That's what the goal is. And the way that people are now reacting, it's like we have lost every single thing, and we are going to end up trophyless yet again. But what boggles my mind is that how these people are reacting. Like, the way we have played throughout this season, it has been amazing. We lost our first game to Liverpool, and after that we went on a 13-match unbeaten streak. We lost our second game, and then we went on about a 12-match winning streak. We lost to Man United. We went on a 14-match winning streak. So undefeated streak. So sorry. So I really don't understand how people are losing their mind and coming out with Arteta outpost yet again and calling for the manager to get sacked. And I'm seeing lists of players that need to be sold. Of course, there are players that need to be sold. I said it. Gabby Jesus is one of the players that I think he should leave the club. But you go on X, and you go on social media, and you're seeing list of 5 or 7 players, the same squad that 2 weeks ago was perfect for on changing for all 4 fronts. Everybody was saying it is a perfect squad, and we can win the quadruple. And Arteta and Barta have done an amazing job. They have built this squad, and that's why we are able to fight on all 4 fronts. Now, just because you have lost 2 games, suddenly that squad is not good enough. I mean, it is. These are the type of the reactions that get baited. These fans get baited by the opposition fans. Of course, football is a game that is gonna involve banter, and you're gonna have opposition fans come in, and it is gonna have a banter. I mean, I have a brother who's a Chelsea fan, and I have a brother who's a Manchester United fan, and when the game was happening, I was at work. The moment Arsenal lost the game, within seconds I started receiving messages from my brothers, my cousins, my friends who are all football fans, because that's what we do. That's what football fans are. We love to banter each other. We are waiting for other teams to drop, and we are gonna make fun of them. That's what that's what fan wars are. But sometimes I've said it before. I've said it in my videos previously as well. Arsenal fans bring it upon themselves. They they like to be, for some weird reason, they want other fans to mock them, and it really pisses me off. Because the reactions you are seeing right now, I mean, you are still in the Champions League quarterfinal, and I'm going to sit here and I'm going to say it. I'm pretty sure that we are going to win the Champions League quarterfinal, and we are going to play in the Champions League semi-final against Barca Atletico Madrid. I'm saying it right now. I'm very confident about that. And it's the same lot that you're going to see 1 week later on, when we win the 2 legs in the Champions League, and we win the game against Bournemouth in the Premier League. These are the same lot who are going to be over the top. These are, I call them the reactionary fans. fans, they just wait for some opportunity. Of course, some of them have their personal agendas against some players. I'm saying, shit said about Havertz, and I'm losing my mind. I mean, this is the same guy when he got injured for a couple of months. We missed him so much. He's such an important player. The way we play, it's so important for Arteta's tactics, and he has always delivered. And last night also, I really don't understand. If I was watching a different player, he was one of the players that really performed, better than the rest of the players. Of course, I said in my review video as well that Max Dowman was the shining star. He was basically the main player, he was the one player that was doing everything. But Dowman, Havertz was really good. Madueke, again, I really fail to understand how people are reacting. When he came on, he was really good on that right hand side. He created he gave them a lot of problems on that right hand side. And I'm gonna sit back I'm gonna back Arteta yet again, because people are that Arteta outrage, because they have a certain fan, because they just don't like Arteta, and they have it in their heart, because no matter what happens, we are not gonna support him, and they just wait for Arsenal to slip up, and they are right on that bandwagon. What I saw with that lineup, and the thinking of Arteta is, he realizes he doesn't really that his squad is at the moment is really struggling. We have so many injuries, and I think there's just a tight slap on the faces of everybody who was saying that Arsenal brought their players back from international duty because we lost the Carabao Cup final and whatnot, and it was all just a drama and whatnot. It shows that Arsenal players were injured, and Arteta knows this, and in my opinion, he really prioritized the Premier League and the Champions League over the FA Cup, and I can really take it. I would much rather we win the Premier League and the Champions League than just us winning the FA Cup. And if you ask anybody prior to the season, that if you have an option of winning the Premier League and the Champions League, and you're not going to win the FA Cup and a Carabao Cup, Arsenal fans would have bitten your hand off at that opportunity. And I think if you look at the lineup that Arteta went on, he basically played his fringe players, and he rested his main players. I mean, Gyökeres was on the bench, Zubimendi was on the bench, Madueke was on the bench. You cannot afford to play Madueke. We already, with Saka already injured, Hincapié is already injured. That's why Miles Lewis Kelly played. Of course, it did not work out. Sometimes things do not work out. So, but you cannot really question the lineup and that he went with. And of course, he brought in his big guns, and they delivered. Gyökeres came on, and the moment the main players came on, our game became much better than what it was. But it was, you can say, too little too late. I think Southampton were really up for it. I said in my prediction that it was not going to be an easy game, and they took advantage of that of Arsenal problems last night. But as I said before, the reaction is so out of it. I just really don't understand why these people go out of their way to make them look stupid, because this is not this is like what's their fifth defeat of the season. There are teams who have lost more games only in the Premier League than us. And this is the reactions that we are getting. I mean, we have lost 3 games in the Premier League, and the other 2 games, one is in the FA Cup quarter final, and one is in the Carabao Cup final. It's a competition. And in the league that we have lost, it was a wonder goal from Szoboszlai against Liverpool, and that the Manchester United thing, that another wonder goal from Ahmad against Manchester United. So sometimes please use your head, I would say, to the Arsenal fans, and not act like basically idiots, that the way that some of the fans are acting. I understand your heart. I understand there is this growing fear because we have not been able to get over the line and whatnot, but you need to, this year, I really believe. And again, as I said, the lineup with Arteta went, and the tactics that he used last night, and the players that he rested, his main main direction and main focus is on the Premier League and the Champions League. And in my opinion, I think after what happened at Wembley, I think he sacrificed FA Cup. He was not really bothered about it because he wants to win the league. And I really think what this team needs now, they have been amazing throughout the year, and this is the final stretch after the international break. They need their fans, and they don't need these reactions. You need to back them. right now, because this is the time when they really need it. And if you are going to act like this, I really don't think you are really helping the players or the managers in any way. That's from me in this video. Let me know what you guys think of the entire situation. Do you think Arsenal fans are going overboard, or do you think their reactions are justified? Let me know in the comment section below. Like the video, share it as well, click on the notification bell, and of course subscribe to the channel. Until next time, bye bye.